bitch. We getting all these fake accounts out of here.
Yeah, why don't we hear about that breakup at all?
Because he moved on. He didn't slice off a finger.
Yeah, but how did he
ain't
manage
no little
that?
bitch. You know what I mean? That guy moved on.
Bro, because he's Terminator, bro.
Say again?
He's Terminator. You can't
You think
touch
she
him.
was afraid of him?
Yeah, like you can't hurt this man. You know what I mean?
It's true.
Regrows a finger, repairs it, doesn't matter. Yeah, you can bounce right back.
Okay, so what do we think he really wants to do at Twitter?
Destroy it.
Okay, hot take, go.
I think he's going to unintentionally destroy Twitter.
Why? How?
He's going to make it too polarizing. And now it's going to be like, if you're from the left or from the right, those are the people who use Twitter.
Really?
Yeah. So I think all the people who are like righties, they're going to stay on Twitter. Everybody liberal is going to leave Twitter. And then it's going to just be like, what's it called? Political.
You think that the left will leave Twitter?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think the left will leave Twitter because they need something to upset them all the time.
There's so
The
much
left
currency in being
needs
aggravated. Being
Outrage.
outraged. Yeah.
Both sides need outrage. Let me not say the left. Both sides need outrage. But if the right is running Twitter, the left is going to go there to be outraged.
I bet you Instagram pops up with, just text feature.
Yeah, but they're kind of done, right?
I think Instagram's going
Or
for
TikTok.
TikTok.
Somebody's going to come.
I think Instagram is just going to become TikTok. It's going to be the same kind of
Yeah.
real thing. And that's why, that they're rewarding real so much. I think what happens with Twitter is the rules don't change as much as people think they're going to change.
I think so.
Some people get let back on, like a Trump, for example, could get let back on. I think anybody that was ostracized during the pandemic for questioning like the vaccine's efficacy immediately let back on. So like some wrongs are righted. And then I'm curious to see if he makes it public again.
I was thinking that could be the play.
Right?
Go ahead.
So
Finish
it's
up.
like he buys it for this price, he makes some changes, and then he makes it public again, and then can make crazy bread off of it. Because and we discussed this before, but like even if you're with the Washington Post, even with the New York Times, et cetera, the way that most people are getting the information from those sources is not by going to those websites. They go on Twitter and there's an article that's retweeted, et cetera.
Yeah, or
right?
just if you want to get news first, everybody goes to Twitter.
Right, but like, so the traditional ways, like you're Jeff Bezos, you're like, all right, let me buy the Washington Post and I can, run some defense for what I got going on and make sure that I'm in everybody's good graces, et cetera. Okay, so now if you're Elon Musk, you're like, okay, so Twitter is news. And there's different versions of news, but that's where news exists. I get all my news from Twitter pretty much. It starts there. I see what people are interested in, upset about, and I go, okay, and then I look further into it.
Right.
If he owns the platform itself, not only does he know what things are trending, it's like a huge advantage to know what people care about, right? Like in the same way these, that hedge fund Citadel owns Robinhood.
Right.
So it gets all the trade data and then it can make trades based on the trade data.
Right.
Imagine you own the world's speech platform and you can every single moment find out what people are caring about before they care about. It makes your decision so much easier. You're out here going like, should we make a new electric car? And then Twitter's like, the only problem is with this shit is that the battery length is too long, blah, blah, blah. Like you can mine people for all their information. So not only do you own the news, like where the news exists, you can speak for yourself whenever you're misquoted. You can clarify anything and nobody can shadow ban you, right? And you have data on all these people and how they feel and what they care about. It's like incredibly powerful.
For him.
Yeah. Yeah. So like to me, it's a no-brainer.
I think that's what will eventually kill it. Just like Trump's trying to come out with his own shit and people aren't flocking to it because they just think it's just going to be a mouthpiece for Trump.
But the hardest thing is changing habits, right? So if you already go on Twitter all the time, you're not going to be like, I'm going to stop going on Twitter unless it changes dramatically.
So look at Facebook.
But some other shit popped up. What's popping up is going to take Twitter's place. IG is different. TikTok is different. Twitter is the word social media thing. Like it killed Facebook for, our demographic. Younger people aren't on Facebook. They're on IG. They're on TikTok. But where do they go when they want to hear opinions? Words. When they want to see text.
Yeah.
Even IG, they'll just screenshot their Twitter and put it on IG.
Yeah.
So Twitter still has a place. I think it's a flex. I think so much of what he does is just PR. So for him to be the Twitter guy, the free speech guy, whatever, that all adds cachet. Then the ultimate flex, big dick move is I'm just going to buy the app. Hostile takeover. I'm going to give the consumers more money. You all made more money. I just kicked these old cronies the fuck out of Twitter, and now look at me. I'm the richest, most powerful, badass motherfucker on the planet. And then you believe in everything he does more, the more you believe in him. I think Tesla lets this happen because they know Elon is what drives our company. And people's perception of Elon is what drives our company. That goes for same for Boring Company, same for SpaceX. So every company he runs just gets elevated because he buys Twitter. And he pulls it off.
And he's shown he's able to put great people in charge. Like Tesla's been crushing it, and you've seen in the years he's now stepped into Boring Company that's somewhat connected, but into SpaceX. I think he's going to actually put in, even though it's a private company, he'll still put in a relevant board that he chooses that we're all going to say, oh, that makes sense to be the town square board. And
that's what I'm curious about. Is it possible he really makes Twitter better?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like he said in his little thing here, he tweeted it 3 hours ago. Free speech is the bedrock of a functioning democracy. Twitter is the digital town square where it matters vital to the future of humanity are debated. I also want to make Twitter better than ever by enhancing the product with new features, making the algorithms open source to increase trust, defeating the spam bots, and authenticating all humans. Twitter has tremendous potential. I look forward to working with the company and community of users to unlock it. So it's like if you make the algorithm crazy popping like TikTok, and all of a sudden like all the people that are posting there are authenticated and like real, and you're not getting spam, then it's like
now you're not. That's actually really interesting. Now you're not just following the people you follow, but your For You page.
Yeah, exactly. You have a For You page that just shows you all the shit you like. And on top of that, like I'm realizing this like with TikTok and even Instagram to an extent, there's not really many bots because it's hard to make bot content that's video. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you can make a lot of like written like prose bot content and
That's
then just
so
flood.
easy.
But like so with this, it's like, okay, everything's gonna be authenticated, so the quality of content will probably be higher like per tweet.
And if you're a liberal who thinks the election was stolen from Hillary by bots, that's got to be comforting to you, right? That they're going to get these fake information, misinformation accounts out of here. So even if I hate Elon, I'm like, well, that's good. I'll stick around and see what's going to happen.
If you believe that he will actually do that.
I think he's going to try. I don't know if he can successfully do it, but he's going to try. And if you feel like it's happened at all, if progress has been made, that's a win. Even people who don't like you will begrudgingly be like, yeah, sure. And if he lets on Twitter, the whole right is happy. I mean, if he lets Trump back on, the whole right is happy.
The whole left is upset.
Whole left is pissed. But if he gets the bots out of here, I mean, if you have a fair election, that's all you can ask for.